Have I got a transformation for you today? This is Heather, and we are taking her from this kind of grown out brownish, blondish to this incredible, amazing purple. I'm actually going to start calling these series my Unicorn Mermaid hair transformations. So let's begin the magic. So here is Heather's hair before. Now she has some kind of like balayaged ombre pieces that have grown out for a long time in the bottom. So we need to go through and brighten all of this up. I'm going to take my Blonde Me lightener by Schwarzkopf and create a little soap cap. I'm going to put a scoop and then I'm going to use a developer. Depends on just how light you want to go. I'm actually using 40 today, and I'm going to get a very thick consistency, and then I'm going to add a shampoo. Now this is a soap cap, so you want to do equal parts of each thing that you're adding, and then I'm just going to mix all of this up and apply it to Heather's hair. First I shampooed her hair and then I towel dried it, so this is going to go on wet hair, and this is my first application. You can just see like her hair lightening up. All throughout her hair is just lightening and lightening and lightening, and I basically want to get it to kind of more of the yellow stage instead of the orange stage. So now we are finally in the yellow stage. This is really important when doing purples because the more yellow you have in the hair, more orange, the more kind of ready magenta it's going to be. So now I'm actually going to take this new product. It's by Loreal. It's the color Corrector for blondes. It is a very blue conditioner, and I just put this all over her hair to kind of tone her hair. I do not want to do a like regular toner because if I do a regular toner it's going to seal her hair, and I do not want to seal her hair because I want the color to be able to penetrate really easy. So I left this in for about 8 minutes, and then we are left with this kind of just bright, it's like got a little bit of orange in there, but it's mainly on the yellow side. I'm going to take some protective stuff around her face, just around her hairline. I'm just using Vaseline. I like to place this all around the hairline and on the ears, and if you need to, on the back of the neck, but I actually use MB mesh to kind of protect her neck. So then what I'm going to do is, starting from the top sections in the front, I'm going to apply a color for VV, and this is actually by ISO. It's a permanent color, which is absolutely amazing because for going for these really bright colors, there normally isn't a lot of permanent shades. There really like isn't, unless you want like a red or, you know, something like that. There's no blues and purples and greens and yellows that are permanents that are just readily available on the line, and you know, that's something that you can depend on. So I love that I got to use this for VV, and I'm using 20 volume on her roots because she does have a little bit of like a level 6-ish root, so I want to be able to brighten it up a little bit, and so I'm going to be putting this on her roots probably about a little bit more than an inch out. I'm like doing an inch and then I'm just kind of fanning it out to probably about 2 inches. So once I'm done with just applying the base to my one section, then I'm just going to kind of lift this down really softly. I'm not going to pull anything down with like force. I'm just going to kind of let it fall down, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the head and apply this in the same manner and just get this base on all over her entire head. Once I had that all over, I'm going to go back to my first section, and I'm going to lay a little MB mesh strip down, and then I'm going to lay my hair over the top of that. That way I'm not getting my ends in any of that color. So I'm going to start with an MB mesh underneath this. This is going to protect her neck and ears and everything from this color just like falling onto her face. And using a mixture of the 4VV with a 20 and 30 volume developer, just because I want it a tad bit brighter on her ends, I did equal parts of 20 and 30. So now I'm going to go from that base color, I'm going to blend and melt the 20 volume into the 20-30 volume. I know there isn't that much of a difference, but I like to go in with a lower volume when I am working with roots, because you do not want to get a hot root on someone's scalp. That is just a no-no. So I always go a little bit darker with developers on people's roots than on their ends. So I'm going to continue to do this, and then in some places I went in with a Joico color. This is actually 4FV. It's a little bit darker, just a little bit deeper of a tone. I have not used these colors before, and I let Heather know that. Like, I had not ever used these colors before, but it was the closest thing to what she wanted as her desired color that I could find in a permanent line. So I just went in with kind of like 2 tones. And you see me laying this down. I'm laying another MB Mesh foam down, and then I'm going to be mixing, I'm showing her this red. This is the 4FV by Joico. It is crazy colored. Like, it looks like a fashion color, like a crazy red. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting looking. Like, it is a bright red. That's weird. But so what I did is I just kind of did 2 panels on each side of her head, and then the very underneath of her head is where I did another panel of this color. So I just kind of laid down another MB Mesh, that way that one color is separated from the others, and then I just continued my 4VV and 20, half 20, half 30 volume the rest of the way. What I like to do is just kind of mush it in with my fingers and really make sure that I'm blending everything, because you do not want spots or anything. I mean, whenever you're doing color, you obviously don't want to leave spots, but with these colors, because if you don't cover everything, you're going to see that scary yellowy orange popping up from out of that, and that would not be a pretty color. So now I have pretty much everything done. I've just kind of gone in and artistically placed things where I wanted to place them, and these MB meshes are so freaking cool. They don't conduct heat, so I don't have to worry about that, and I can wash them and reuse them, and it's so awesome. And you can see, like, this base color is just oxidizing to the most gorgeous color, and wait for it, voila! It is really hard to get a video of what the color is, like, true to tone, because it's actually a lot brighter in person. So I was taking pictures and trying to get it on film for you guys, and this is what we end up with. We were talking and discussing if she wanted to add maybe a little bit more purple or a little bit more blue, using a fashion color as kind of like a rinse over this, but we decided that we absolutely loved this purple. Like, it's like a magenta purple. It's so incredibly amazing and powerful and shiny, and we just loved it. And I also wanted to mention, this girl is so incredible. She has her own jewelry and headband line called Chromia and Crystal. It is amazing. You guys need to go check it out. I will have it linked down in the description box. You guys can go over to her Etsy store and see her beautiful jewelry. Thank you so much for watching this amazing mermaid unicorn transformation. If you guys want to check out some other videos, I will have one linked down below. Thanks for watching.